Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another little smoke session. I'm going to be having a cigarette, maybe two here. We're going to be listening to some Kirby music. I do not own any of this music. This is all completely owned by Nintendo. This should be under free, or not under free, but under protected copyright, as I will be talking over it. So, you don't get to listen to just the music. You get to listen to my beautiful voice as I complain about things, because I have things to complain about, and it's been a while since I've done one of these. As first, I actually have my cigarette all ready to go today. So what do I have to complain about? Well, I happen to be a waiter. That's what I do to make money. Now I have another job, but that's what I've been doing for a good while to make money. And I've already made a video discussing like work ethic stuff, so I'm not going to go too much over that, though some of this might overlap. I had a absolutely atrocious customer today. I was cussed out for about 30 minutes. I don't know what I did to this guy. Actually, I don't even think he knows what I did to him. But as it usually goes, this guy came in. I was talking to him, hey, how are you doing? You're gonna be, like, getting something to go? Do you want it for here? Whatever. By the time I finished that, the guy was already like, you sound really arrogant. And I kind of just looked at him, bewildered, because I've never seen this man before, and I didn't know that I did something weird. My voice just sounds like this. I just do sound angry or arrogant, I guess, or whatever. I personally like my voice. I think I sound pretty relaxing. I think I have a pretty nice voice. But this guy did not think so. This guy was not happy at all, actually. By the way, last song was Green Greens in Kirby Superstar. This is the title theme to Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Either way, this guy said I was arrogant. Then he said I want a different server. Just so happens we have another server. She set him up. And then he proceeded to not order anything. He made a fake order. He said, like, I want to order something, but I didn't come here to get any food. That's a nice little red flag. Why would somebody come into a restaurant and then not order food? This next song is going to be The Gourmet Race in Kirby's Dream Land 3. Why would somebody order food, or not order food, but come into a restaurant? Well, as it turns out, this guy came in to complain about a customer that I had earlier. Actually, I didn't even have this customer. This is just a guy that came in. So, this other guy, apparently. Now, I'm not too certain what this guy said, but I will give you my rendition of what happened. So this guy sits down, and because of COVID, we have one spot in our entire restaurant that people cannot sit at. One spot. That's right next to the register. And the reason why we can't have people sit there is because it's right next to the register. We need other people to get through. It's just in the way. Additionally, stuff with COVID. A while ago, we had 50% capacity. Now we're back up to full. But again, we still have this one spot. One spot that we can't have people sit at. This guy decided, I'm going to sit down in the one spot that has a sign that says I can't sit there. So I didn't have a problem with this at all, actually. I didn't give a single fuck about what he did. But he knocked over a sign that we had directly into water. Now, I, of course, noticed this. I picked it up, and I was like, hey, man, I'm going to have you sit down in the seats behind you, because those are, like, the ones for people that are waiting. And he was like, excuse me? Why do I have to do that? Well, as I just said, sir, it's just our policy. We can't have people sit there. Well, you're gonna have to call the police if you want me to move. I'm not gonna fucking move for you, you dumb piece of shit. And then he continued to basically say stuff like that, and look to other customers to try and get some kind of sympathy or support. Obviously, every other customer in the store was like, this dude is a fucking idiot. So there's one spot you're not supposed to sit in, and he knocked shit over. Like, just don't sit right there. Either way, I didn't obviously call the cops because I didn't think it was a big deal. I literally didn't say anything else to this guy. I was it was whatever. I was like, fine, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not worth me like dealing with. Whatever. This next song is going to be Bountiful Star, Kirby Planet Robobot. So, this guy leaves, or whatever. I don't know. I think he got his food. I have no fucking idea. I didn't pay any attention. Presumably, the guy gets his food and he leaves. Second, we have a little bit of intermission, so there's a little bit of nothing going on. We have a couple of customers. And then, like, 30 minutes later, this other guy comes in, and this is the guy that was like, you sound arrogant. Keep in mind, this is about 7:30 at night, okay? So, I was almost done. My shift ended at 9. I had powered through. I had been actually pretty happy. Normally, I'm pretty not enthused about having a lot of customers because, well, most of the time I work nights, so it's like, it's inconvenient because I have to do a lot of other things. Either way, I was in a really good mood today. And this guy comes in, and he just ruined it for me, and then he ruined it for the other 4 customers that we had in the room. And now, basically, I have a bunch of customers that are angry at me for not doing anything. And this guy continues. He like, looks at me. You ever talk to somebody, you ever look at somebody, and they're just staring at you, like, pissed, like they're angry, like you're supposed to know why they're angry. Well, that's how this guy was looking at me. He just dead-eyed me, like he was trying to be intimidating. Obviously, it didn't work. I was actually laughing because I thought that he looked kind of cringy, like staring at me the way he was. So, this dude is deadpanning me, basically. He's trying to get me to, like, come over to him. He's like, hey, come here. I want to talk to you. I was like, no, I'm not going to go over there. You can talk from where you're at. I was like 5 feet away. I was not going to get within this dude's like arm reach. And he was like, oh, are you scared? I was like, no, I'm not scared, but I'm not going to go over to you. And then he didn't say anything for a little bit. He just kind of sat there. He was talking to the other waitress and our cook. He was just kind of like, oh, I remember when you guys were getting trained or whatever the fuck. Like, I wasn't paying any attention to this dude because I had my own customers to deal with, and clearly this guy was not going to be any kind of benefit to me. So, old boy's sitting there, still staring at me. I mean, his eyes, I don't think, ever actually left mine, because every time I looked at him, he was deadlocking me. Anyway, I'm doing my thing. I am, like, taking care of business, basically. I am getting all of everything done. This song, by the way, is Dusk Dunes from Kirby's Epic Yarn. So I'm just doing my job, and basically I have a couple minutes now because all of my customers have been seated, all of the side work, all the things I needed to have done were done. I was just kind of waiting on people to leave or people to come in, whatever happened first, or whatever happened first, you know? Anyway, this dude talks to the other waitress. I want you to just write me up an order so I can give you a tip. I guess this guy thought that, like, him tipping the other waitress somehow affected me, or somehow was like him, you know, giving me the middle finger. I actually laughed about it with the waitress afterwards, because this dude, immediately after doing this, tips her $5, and then he just looks at me, and he's like, you know, you're a real fucking prick. You're a real fucking dick. Gonna talk to my employee that way. I was like, I was confused, because I had no idea why this guy was mad at me, right? Like, you gotta think, the connection between this guy and the other guy that we had earlier, first off, I didn't think the other guy that we had earlier even, like, necessarily had a problem, other than him just kind of being a bit edgy. He was probably on some kind of drug. I mean, he looked like he was on some kind of drug, so I'm assuming that, like, he was in some kind of mental state where he thought that I was, I don't know, doing something to him. Obviously, I wasn't doing anything to him. I didn't really talk to him outside of me being like, hey, you can't sit there. So this guy's, he's bitching me out, basically. He's just cussing me out, because why the fuck not, you know? Like, I guess he didn't have anything better to do. For about 30 minutes, he is making everybody in the store feel uncomfortable because he wants to prove a point. He then continues to say, you know, if it wasn't for people like me, who pay money to come in here and eat food, hard-working people, then you little shit stain wouldn't have a job. You got all this money probably, you don't know what hard work is. Now, the irony was not lost on me because I am currently paying for literally everything that I own. I have paid for. I pay my own rent. I pay my own bills. I pay for anything that is mine. Okay. So I have been working. I've been saving money for about 2 years now. Basically, I've just pretty much since the time I've had this channel, I've been just doing nothing but saving money. This song, by the way, is Fine Fields Prairie, Kirby Triple Deluxe. So, on top of that, as some of you may know, I'm an Eagle Scout. So, hard work is something that I am quite comfortable and familiar with. The irony, of course, is not lost on me in that I was currently working, and this guy was not currently working. I don't even know why I decided to make this. I just kind of wanted to complain because, like, obviously I couldn't bitch him out, but I can do it now. I can kind of complain about him now. Anyway, he paid $13 to bitch me out for 30 minutes, made everybody else in the store feel uncomfortable. 2 customers actually left because they were like, this guy is just making everybody feel awkward. Which is true, everybody did feel awkward because he continued to raise his voice in a very small building. Unnecessarily. I, of course, just looked at him while he lectured me for 30 minutes, because people my age probably are more familiar with this. But for some reason, not elderly, but like middle-aged people from around 30 to 60, parents, like the parent kind of like phase for us right now, for like people my age, because I'm 21. People that obviously like are old enough to be my dad or my mom, right? Specifically men. For some reason, they really like to just lecture. And that's what I call it a lecture. But it's just where they rant for 30 minutes about a bunch of things that aren't at all, like... Well, it can be longer than 30 minutes. I've had people lecture to me for, like, an hour. And I say lecture because, like, they feel like there's some kind of, like, professor at a university trying to teach me a lesson. Or trying to teach another person a lesson. And the way that they do that is by just... basically spouting off shit that they don't know anything about. Like, this dude knows nothing about me. So, open letter to this guy. Not that he's ever listening to this, but if you are listening to this, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your family. I hope that everyone you ever loved or know dies tragically. I hope that you survive long enough to witness all of it, then I hope you die a very slow and painful death. Additionally, I hope that your company, whatever company you own, because clearly he was like I said, I didn't know what this guy was complaining about at first, but apparently that other guy that came in was his employee or some shit. I hope that dude's company goes under, and then he goes bankrupt. And then all of his employees lose their jobs. After proceeding for 30 minutes to complain about me, this song, by the way, is Training. Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. My personal favorite Kirby game. So this guy was complaining about 30 minutes, made everybody else feel uncomfortable. It was just a shitty customer experience, man. Everybody has shitty customer experiences, so I know that some people will be able to relate to this a little bit more easily, I guess. Some people, pretty much everybody that's ever worked, will be able to relate to this. This next song is Vegetable Valley, Kirby's Adventure. Man, I needed this Kirby music. This is making me feel better. This is making me feel better. This little vent. Glad I got this out of my system. I'm glad that you all listened to me for some reason rant about some fucking guy at work. I don't know, man. I just wanted to rant to somebody, and I guess the internet is somebody, even if it's nobody. Well, basically, I'm glad that that's all over. I'm glad that I'm done now. I'm glad that I'm home. Now I can just have a cigarette or two, relax, record some Danganronpa 2 for y'all to enjoy, record some horror games for y'all to enjoy, record some of this for y'all to listen to my voice as you hopefully fall asleep, or whatever the fuck you do when you listen to me. Personally, I think that just falling asleep to me talking is a pretty nice thing, and I hope that you all enjoy that. This next song is going to be Sand Canyon 1, Kirby's Dream Land 3. One of my favorite Kirby tracks. This will also be the last one. Well, I hope that you all enjoyed. Sorry, this is kind of a frantic upload of me just complaining. And to anybody that works as a waiter, or a waitress, or works with customer service, know that I feel you, and know that every other person that has ever worked in customer service feels you. We all have absolute dog shit customers sometimes, and we wish we could cuss them out. I somehow bit my... Actually, I'll be honest, man, I was laughing the whole fucking time. Like, I had to wear my Akatsuki mask, because, like, we have to wear masks, but, man, I had biggest fucking grin under that the whole fucking time, because this dude thought that he was big, he thought that he was bad, he wanted to come in and really flaunt how big his dick was, but I guess we see where that got him. He lost $30 or $13 and then continued to not eat anything, or you know, even prove a point, other than that some people can be absolute jackasses for no reason. So, waiters and waitresses out there, I feel your pain. We all feel your pain. We want it to end. We want these people to, like, I don't know, grow up, maybe? This dude's, like, over twice my age. Hopefully he got it out of his system, and now he'll be, like, a proper adult, and will, handle things without resorting to, cussing out random people that are just trying to do their jobs. Because at the end of the day, that's all that was happening. I was just a random person that was trying to do my job, and all I did was, you know, fulfill my contractual obligation by telling a customer that he couldn't sit in a spot that he couldn't sit in. And then after doing that, I proceeded to do nothing, because, you know, I didn't actually give a fuck where he sat. Well, I hope you enjoyed this rant. I know it was kind of brief, it was kind of annoying, it was probably a bit weird, but service people, I love you. I love anybody that works in service. I hope that you all have a good rest of your day, a good night, an enjoyable one at that, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, friends, and have a good night.